Hi everybody and welcome to Nice Work Pal. I'm Jim.
And I'm Ariana.
And we're here at the Nice Work Pal Studios where we've been showing you lots of vacation footage. Maybe you thought we were on vacation for 6 weeks. I don't know. We haven't been. How long were we gone? 6 days? 7 days?
Yeah.
It was a whirlwind tour of 6 different theme parks, 2 different hotels, and we just shot as much as we could. It was our first time vlogging in the
parks.
In the real world.
Yeah,
outside of the studio. We've been getting started on our vlog, and this was the first time that we did what we set out to do. That being said, we learned a lot about vlogging. I dare say there's still a lot more to learn.
I think so too.
We can share our best tips with you to give you a leg up if you want to do some vlogging somewhere. But if you have tips for us, I'd love to hear them because I feel like we're still going to have some questions at the end of this.
Yeah.
So the things we've learned about vlogging. We kind of learned things in a couple of different areas. We learned things about equipment, and then we learned things about how to plan for your best shoot.
Yeah.
Gear-wise, what did you think?
I think our camera is pretty good. The only thing that would have been, it's like kind of a problem for us is the noise in the theme parks and being able to hear on the camera. So it's really noisy in the theme parks.
Super noisy.
Yeah, and our camera doesn't usually pick up our voices as well.
I was not really quite aware of just how much ambient sound there is in a theme park all over the place. Right here, this is great. We're, I don't know, 3-4 feet away from our camera, and it's fine because there's nothing else competing with us. But if you've seen some of the videos, sometimes we're a little hard to hear. There's been entire segments we've had to scrap because they were just too quiet, where all you could hear was the roar of the crowd over us. I don't know what the answer is other than we're going to have to be mindful to speak up and project and find quiet places to record. We may need some new equipment.
Maybe like a microphone or something?
Yeah. Unfortunately, what I've learned about the GE7X is that, or specifically the Mark II model, it does not accept an external camera or external microphone, which is a problem.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because it's a pretty good camera for vlogging, but sound-wise, you have the internal microphone and that's it. This is one area where I would really love someone to say, hey, I know the solution for this.
Yeah.
So if you know a solution out there, that would be something I'd love to hear about. Otherwise, yeah, we're going to investigate some products. And
I feel like the solution might be getting new equipment.
Yes. It might be a camera with a better microphone. It might be a camera that accepts an external microphone so that we can wear one or have one closer to us. We'll figure it out. But like I said, if you have a tip for us, that would be great because that was one technical challenge we had that we need to fix.
Another thing that we found was that this was our main camera, so we didn't want to bring it on any like rides where we could like drop it. So we also had our little tiny, I don't know what they're even called, but they're just like very tiny cameras, and they're just awful footage.
They were terrible. We had a couple of these, and I'm starting to see them like even in like supermarkets and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like $25, and they look like a little GoPro, don't they? But they are garbage. They supposedly do 1080p, or this one says it does 4K, but the footage is grainy and they handle light poorly. The sound is atrocious.
Yeah.
On top of that, there is file format issues where some of the clips didn't want to play well with the editing software, and I had to convert them just to make them work with the other videos. On top of that, the batteries died quickly. They were bad in low light. There was nothing. I have nothing good to say about them.
They're small and cute.
They're small and cute, and they were cheap, and you get what you pay for. So we won't be using those again, and I did like the fact that I didn't care what happened to it. That being said, I feel like maybe a GoPro would have been a good idea. It's a little more money, but the quality would have been there. We could have still strapped it to ourselves and used it.
We needed something to strap it to something.
Yeah, but it comes with the same type of accessories.
Yeah.
So it would have been safe and better than, say, trying to pull our phones out on a ride, or the expensive vlogging camera. And they don't throw a lot of light, so they don't distract anybody. But these were not the answer. You know, we thought we were being down and dirty because we're new vloggers, but it was unusable. Don't do it.
I don't even know what this would be good for. Like, this is just not good.
I can't think of anything really.
Me either.
It's going in the garbage. Honestly, we saved it so we could hold it up and say, "Don't buy one," and that's about it. I think I used 1 or 2 clips from that camera in our videos, and it was because I had nothing else. I'm really not proud of the fact that I used that footage. The other technical difficulty I would say we had was not really so much a difficulty, but just something you maybe don't see coming, which is you've got a lot of gear to deal with. You've got to bring batteries and SD cards, and I started to calculate before our trip what I thought we might need, and when I started doing the math, I was quickly ordering more stuff so we'd have enough batteries and SD cards. In addition, didn't it always seem like they had to be changed out at the least opportune times?
Yeah, I felt like we were always changing them out. We never knew like when.
Yeah.
And that was a struggle because we'd be like recording something, be like out of storage.
Yeah. But yeah, lots of little parts to carry around, lots of changing, and then at the end of the day, you get back to your room all tired out.
Yeah.
And you've got 2 full SD cards and 5 batteries to charge, all that have to be ready to go the next morning. So you gotta have something to transfer all this footage to, or at least have new SD cards. You gotta have battery chargers everywhere, but you also have to be charging your phones and every other device we have. So thank goodness hotels have a lot of outlets.
Okay, let's talk about shooting. What did you think?
Oh, there was a lot of unexpected things about shooting as well. For starters, it's hard to shoot while you're trying to do stuff.
It is.
You get to the parks, you got bags to check, you got tickets to show, and then...
so you have a camera in one hand and you're trying to like get your tickets, you're trying to get your phone out, you have to take off this, you have to take off that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you can't do everything and shoot at the same time, or it looks like it.
Yeah.
So you stop and go a lot, or at least you should. I think we both said at one point that that trying to vlog on a vacation was a lot like having an extra toddler on the trip.
Yeah. Like you're filming. Let's say we're filming at the ticket thing. You're filming going in. And then you have to put it away so they can check your bag. And then you have to step off to the side so you can get it all out again. Or you can put you have to screw in the little holder. Or you have to unscrew the holder, open up the battery pack, get a new battery, put the battery in, close the thing, twist it back up again. And you're off to the side a lot doing that.
Yeah, it was just an awkward step. You don't think about the fact that you use your hands for a lot of things. So you just think, yes, I'm going to shoot all day, but it's like having a hand tied behind your back for the whole day, really.
Yeah. And it was really hard to like, we were only down there. We had 1 park day per park. So we tried to just get everything. And you're just tired at the end of the day. And
in a lot of ways, we just tried to do too much.
Yeah. But like you walk in the park and it's like, and I'm like, stop that. Or like you're really hungry, like you have not eaten, and you finally get your food and it's like, and I'm like, you know?
Yeah, I know. Sometimes you just wanted to be on vacation.
Sometimes I just wanted to eat food and not be recorded.
But we were also trying to record absolutely everything.
Yeah.
And that was a little bit much. It really was. We were on vacation and we were trying to capture a world of Disney and Universal and get it all, so we would have all this stuff so we could keep showing everything we did. I can see why it's easier to do if you're there all the time.
Yeah.
I can understand why they go on a few rides, eat 1 snack, and go home. I can understand it.
But we were going on all the rides.
We did. And like you said, we were there for 6 days. We had 6 parks to go to.
Yeah.
We had 2 hotels to go to, which we did not give good service to in terms of vlogging because we weren't there long enough.
Right.
I really would have liked to have done thorough coverage of the hotels as well and say, hey, this is what the hotel is like, because they were beautiful hotels. We'll talk about them more. But we weren't there. Like, we didn't show the pool area because we didn't go to the pool.
Yeah.
So in that respect,
Where did we stay?
We stayed at...
Where did we sleep that night?
We've been home a while too, yeah. We stayed at Royal Pacific.
Right.
At Universal, Lowe's Royal Pacific, which, and then we transferred over to Wilderness Lodge, Disney's Wilderness Lodge.
Right.
And what did you think of those hotels?
I liked the Universal one. It was pretty nice. It reminded me of the Polynesian.
Yeah.
It was pretty big, and I also liked that it was like walking distance to parks.
That is key.
Wilderness Lodge. I like Wilderness Lodge, but whenever we stay there, I just don't like that we can't stay in the big lodge. I just wish they had DVC rooms in there.
They do.
Okay.
Copper Creek.
Okay, well, we need
Remember
to stay
that
there.
phrase. We do.
Because you were off to this side lodge that's like...
Boulder Ridge is its own building at Wilderness Lodge, and it's not in the main building.
That's like the 10th of the lodge size.
We are getting off on a tangent about hotels.
Like, where's the lodge? This is a cabin.
We can talk about hotels too.
Okay.
The Wilderness Lodge, hands down, one of Disney's most beautiful hotels.
Yeah.
Here's some footage. We did shoot our room, but we didn't shoot our room when we first got there because we were tired.
Yeah.
We went into the room. It was late at night. Our bags hadn't been delivered. We go in the room and plop down on a bed.
No, first we get to the room and our keys don't work.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got to our room and the keys didn't work, and we had to go to the front desk, which was in a different building.
Which was in the lodge. And then we had to go back to our little cabin.
Which was not that far, but
yeah.
Yes, it was a hassle. And then we finally get in the room. And then once we're in the room, we can call for our bags. And then when we get the bags, we have a lot of stuff to do. Remember charging all the batteries and all that fun stuff?
Yeah.
That was all in our bags. So we have to get all unpacked and set up, and then we realized that we didn't do the shooting through the room, but the room's already a wreck by then. So we kind of did a reverse, like we shot some areas of the room one at a time, and on the last day we like tidied up the beds and kind of shot on our way out, so we'd have some shots of the room. The room was beautiful.
Yeah.
The room was
very close to the bus stop.
It was super close to the bus stop. We had a great location. The room, it was a regular studio room, so it had like one big bed and then a pull-out bed, but it still had pretty good like kitchen amenities and a good-sized bathroom and all that stuff. So as far as a regular hotel room goes, it was on the sizable side. Royal Pacific, I think we did do a quick shot around the room when we first got there because it was day one and we were in like gung-ho vlogging mode. But we did not go back out and do like a proper look around the hotel.
I remember the only thing about that I had to say was that there wasn't good lighting. There like wasn't a light. There were just lamps.
We weren't in those rooms very long. We were sleeping and that was about it. Get up and go.
Not even a full night's rest.
Not even a full night's rest. Yeah, what we didn't have on this trip to keep us in check in terms of our kind of go attitude was your mother. Dawn did not go on this trip. She couldn't get away from work and still encouraged us to go because we were going to do all this vlogging. Yeah. The problem is that then we had 3 people who wanted to hurry up and go to the parks and wanted to stay until the parks closed, and we were really burning the candle at both ends with no one telling us to slow down. We probably, in terms of vlogging, to do a better job, I think we probably should have started the day with a meeting of the people involved, saying this is what we're going to do, so that we were
probably
all on the same
page.
A lot more coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then maybe even if like, I don't know, maybe even like a shot list or some sort of checklist to just make sure like we got the things that we needed to get. Because I would say things like, we need to do a wrap up before we go tonight or whatever, but frequently we got sloppier by the end of the day because we were just tired. So we continued to shoot, but we talked less and forgot a lot of the details by the end of the day. Which brings me to my other big tip. If you're vlogging, you have to talk to the camera like the camera is a person with you on the trip, maybe even a small child, so that you talk clearly about what you're doing, if for no other reason, for your editing when you go back, so that you can have the audio talking about what you're doing, where you're going, to make things clear. What are your thoughts on that?
I was just saying that you're talking for so long.
Well, maybe if we'd talked longer in the first place, we wouldn't have had to have this talk.
I know.
What did you think? Do you think we will do better next time?
I think we'll do better next time. I think we need to do better next time, but do less.
I agree. I think we need to be more focused on what we're doing. I think you can spend less time doing it, but you have to check your work. You have to...
Yeah. I think we also had different like things in mind, because we also have different YouTubers that we like or like we prefer watching, and maybe we're on the same page in that aspect.
We're still finding our voice.
My opinion is that we should have done more food reviews.
Yes. I had an opinion about food reviews too, and that's that we should have a food review checklist.
Yes.
Because we should have talked about, we should have started with where we're going, and then we should have talked about like the history of the restaurant for half a minute. Taking a look at the decor, like you should talk about the decor of the restaurant at one point. You should talk about the menu.
Yeah.
You should, then yes, you show food. You decide whether or not the food is good. But yeah, I think a straight up like food review checklist, like it could be the same checklist for every food review.
Yeah.
But like
we've never done it, so we didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, like I can't tell you how many videos I watched of us where I couldn't remember the name of the food as I was showing it.
The Philly cheesesteak egg rolls?
Like, yes, like the thing I ordered. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what I ordered.
Well, it's like, you know, we go since like 7 a.m. in the morning, and you're at dinner, and it's like your last stop, and you're just like, I'm hungry. And so, you know, everyone's kind of like we've talked all day.
Yeah.
There's not much to talk about between us. You know, we might recap one thing that happened, but we're just like, okay, come on, where's the food? And so you get the food and you just want to eat it.
Yeah.
And then there's a video of you on the internet eating a burger. And what really should have been on the internet is me saying, this burger is not very good because that burger is not good. I did not like that burger.
We didn't, overall, we didn't have the best food experience on this trip.
For some reason, just like everything I got was like, that's not good.
Yeah, I mean, it was what it said it was, but it was not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what our problem was. I know we didn't pick too many slam dunks.
I don't think I like had anything where I was like, wow, this is so good.
Yeah. I think we've shown a couple food reviews, and then I think we have two more. Like we're going to review Steakhouse 71, which was excellent.
Actually, yeah.
And we're going to review Coral Reef at Epcot, which was the opposite of excellent.
Yeah. It was.
It was, yeah.
But actually, I do think I liked.
We went to the Coral Reef and it tanked.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you'll see that. And again, we probably could have been smoother about our food reviews, but we're still going to put them out there. It's, we're going to show you everything we have.
Yeah.
So we still have a lot more footage from a lot of the parks that we already showed. We have a couple more parks that we haven't shown yet. We went to Animal Kingdom. We haven't shown that yet.
Yeah, but we have another trip coming up, so we'll learn from this experience and do something better.
Yeah. So yeah, always full of surprises.
This trip is going to be very long.
We
have a big announcement.
We have a big announcement, but we also have, it's going to be a while before the big announcement.
Yeah.
But it's Disney related, and we do have a big trip coming up this summer too, so we're going to get another crack at it. In the meantime, we've got lots more footage from this trip. We will keep making videos and keep showing you all of our Disney stuff.
So stay tuned for our park vlogs, our next vacation, and our big announcement.
Nice work, pal.
Nice work, pal.
We've kind of broken our I need breath.
Yeah, you for real been talking forever.
And we've digressed a lot. I'm gonna have to chop the crap out of this.
Digressed a lot. You're It just keeps going.